Hello everyone's. I am here for my review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 13 Episode 18, the finale. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Now before we get this review, I just want to say I am glad that the season is over. It has been, nothing has happened yet it seems like it is drawn out so long. It's like they could, I'm just gonna say maybe it has everything to do with COVID. They can't really go anywhere, can't really travel like they want to, can't really do a lot of things, so that made the season boring. And we spent entirely too many episodes talking about one thing because we can't do anything else. But I was sitting here, I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, take my notes so I can do my review in the morning. But I'm like, do I really want to do this in like the episode? I'm trying to, hopefully this review is gonna be more than 8 minutes long. Let's hope. Drew and Ralph take Josiah to meet with his biological father. Now, Josiah had already mentioned that he had no intentions or interest in meeting with his biological father. He will let y'all know when the time is that he's going to be okay with doing that. Now, I am the person that believes that a parent should be, a mother and a father should be in their child's life. As long as that mother and father isn't abusive toward the child, isn't a drug addict, isn't putting that child in harm's way, perfectly fine to be in that child's life. But I also believe that at a certain age, a child can determine and decide whether they want that parent in their life. Josiah seems like he is at that age. It's like, I'm not interested in having him in my life right now. Maybe later on down the line. But at this very moment, I'm not interested in a relationship. So I think this is what Josiah brought to the table. He wasn't ready. And y'all forcing me to be here. And I'm just going to sit here. You wanted me to be here, I'm here. But as far as engaging in conversation, I'm not going to do that. And that's what it seemed like Josiah was doing. Because they was trying to get him like, hey, tell your daddy about this. I played basketball. Tell him about that. I did that. He wasn't trying, like, and only time he talked is like when they like, well, tell him about that. Tell him about that. How you doing? I'm good. Can I do this now? I'm forced to be here. I am here. I told you I didn't want to be here. Okay, cool. The dad, he talking about he leaving the next day. I'm like, did you come in town for another reason and then like I can swing by and see Josiah? Or was it your main reason to come to see Josiah? Why are we leaving so quick, fast, in a hurry? I was wondering those type of things. He said that he wants to have a more relationship, have a relationship with Josiah. But Josiah just was like, Ralph is my daddy. He's been my daddy. Maybe we can revisit this in the future, but as far as right now, no. That's what he was giving off, and I can't blame him. He is at that age where he can tell you what he does and doesn't want, and if he at this point he doesn't want to be in his father's life. It's like, you give your daddy a hug. It was one of those, I'm a hug you from across the table hugs. That's what I'm going to give you. And it's like, go give your daddy a hug. I was like, that. Don't be forcing kids to hug people if they don't want to. Just don't. If that child don't want to hug somebody, don't make them hug somebody. We're going to move over to Kenyon. After Brooklyn's birthday party, okay. After showing up for Brooklyn's birthday party and claiming he has changed, Mark showed that he is just as petty as ever. King is talking to her therapist about how Mark just showed up unannounced, wanting to stay at her house, wanting to have sex, this, that, and the third. And she was like, bro, first of all, we're going through a divorce. And second of all, you being nasty and ugly towards me. No, none of these things is happening. Mark is still doing that. I'm going to be nice to you for a while, get your guard down, then turn around and be mean and nasty and ugly to you again. And at this point, he done doggone it, blocked the Kenyon's number. So if Kenya need to call you because, you know, Brooklyn got the hiccups and hiccups won't go away, Brooklyn doggone scraped her knee, she can't get in contact with him. She had to use Brooklyn's phone, which, side note, why does Brooklyn have a phone? Brooklyn is what, 1, 2 years old? Why does she have a cell phone? Anyways, he didn't block Brooklyn, but he blocked Kenya. And apparently in the text message, he's saying that he was in the hospital with a homeboy was in the accident. And he there at the hospital with homeboy. Now, you know, like I know, like Kenya knows, like the therapist knows, like we all know, that they are not letting people in the hospital with people at this point in time. If you need to go to the hospital, you going there by yourself. It ain't no one visitor with Hospitals is for, you know, staff and patients only. Like, But this is, I want Kenya to be Kenya. No more showing Mark Ken. I want her to show Kenya. The Kenya that she shows to these girls that she don't like, I want her to give that energy and give it to Mark. Just give all of that energy to Mark. At this point, you should realize ain't no turning back. Go for him with full force. I want a divorce. I want custody. I can show A, B, C, and D that Brooklyn has been with me since the day she was born. Even when I'm working and I got to go out of town, who there with me? Brooklyn. Ain't don't nobody be babysitting. Like, she got a nanny. If I got to go to the grocery store right quick, if I got to run somewhere right quick. Other than that, Brooklyn with me. Mark don't gonna be having Brooklyn like that. Shoot, my own family don't even be having Brooklyn like that. Brooklyn with me. And I believe she will get full custody. Because Brooklyn has been with her since Brooklyn was born. Brooklyn ain't stayed with Mark. Yeah, go ahead and show him who Kenya is and not Ken. So, Cynthia's throwing this Friends Miss party. Latoya calls. She not going to be able to make it because she not here for the drama. Marlo, she can't make it, but she going to drop off a guest anyway. Cynthia's like, see, I just want to throw a party and I just can't be great right now. Portia and Drew, they going to be late. It's a lot going on. She trying to be fancy and cute and have like real life llamas. I'm like, see, when you bringing in, I don't call it livestock, but when you bringing in like animals and stuff like that, see, I don't do animals like that. The only type of pet that I want in my house is a fish. I can put him or her in a tank. I can feed it and go about my business. As long as the tank is, you know, being filtered and cleaned, preferably by my husband and not me, and that fish is fed, I don't have to do anything else with it. I don't have to take it to the vet. I don't have to take it walking. None of those things. Just feed it twice a day, maybe 3 times a day. I don't remember. I ain't had a fish in a good long while, so don't quote me on that. And leave it be. These llamas is in the middle of Cynthia's driveway, just relieving themselves of all of what they ate and drunk. I'm like, see, And llamas be spitting. No, And they look like they stink. Nope, can't do it. Like I said, Portia and Drew late. They 3.5 hours late. Now, y'all, I've been to Atlanta quite a few times. As a matter of fact, I was in Atlanta for like 2 months, helping take care of my grandma. And sometimes I would have to go to the doctor with her. My aunt and uncle, they don't live in Atlanta. They live like in by Stone Mountain, in that area. So I know if we need to go to Atlanta, we have to leave early because there's always traffic in Atlanta. Just like there's always traffic here in Houston. You know that if the party is at 3 o'clock, I should already been getting ready around 1, leaving the house at like 1:30. Probably before that. Depending on what day it is, you're going to leave early because there's traffic in Atlanta. There's always traffic in Atlanta. We always know that we need to leave. We can't leave like 15 minutes beforehand in Atlanta. There's just no way. But anyways, the ladies get to exchanging gifts. It's an elephant party, so that means you buy a gift. The amount was supposed to be $4,000. Okay, you get your gift. The people, they pick out a name. That is a lie. They pick out a number, 1 through 8. Number 1, you pick a gift. Number 2, you pick a gift. I don't like my gift. I want number 1's gift, and so on and so forth. Drew thought that it would be cute or fun to have a gift with the wig that Toya gave her, this cat bed, and a cassette player. It was a gag gift. She spent her $1,000. That was the rule. But it was a gag gift. The ladies were not amused. I did not. I did not kiki. I did not check. I'm like, what are we doing, Drew? Why are we doing this? What is going on? Where did you find a cassette tape at? That was questions going through my mind. Then we have to bring up the prophet. Now, she had the nerve gone now. That's nerve gone and audacity to say, well, since everybody's been talking about the prophet, no. You went to everybody talking about the prophet. That is what happened. People weren't talking about the prophet. People didn't know about the prophet until you brought up the prophet. Girl, why is my bra trying to make an appearance? My bra like, girl, yeah, you the one brought it up there. You was telling anybody who would sit still long enough to listen. Then she calls herself, I don't want to say spilling tea, but she called herself, you know, proving that she's not a liar, that LaToya and the prophet were together. And I'm like, okay, you got evidence? Okay. But we went to commercial. We come back, play. So what was your relationship with LaToya? I like her. She's a real awesome person. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was, you know, I met my 3-year-old's mom while I was married. Yeah, it didn't click. See, I told y'all, and I'm like, what happened? Because he said that he liked LaToya, she an awesome person. I cheated on my wife and got the mother of my 3-year-old pregnant. Never said anything about the prophet and LaToya getting together. But Drew was like, let me forget me. I need this sex. Drop mic. I'm like, girl, you didn't do that. And everybody looking like, Dad just said he liked her. He liked her. He didn't say that he kissed her, touched her elbow, sniffed her hair, you know, did anything. Yeah, I really like her. She's an awesome person. Child. LaToya gets there. She didn't have enough of Drew because Drew didn't put it out there that she messing with the prophet. And she get to singing, Ralph was out of town with woman that looked like me. You know how LaToya get in. At this point, I'm not even mad at LaToya. I actually got a little chuckle out of it because I was like, Drew, you opened up this door. Now, LaToya's running out of it and bringing what you said Ralph was out here doing. Don't get on TV and telling your business and then getting butthurt that people are bringing up the business that you told. Now, she was like, well, she was with the prophet. She wanted to be with the prophet. I don't like that you got that Delilah spirit. You got that Jezebel spirit. You got that spirit of the doggone woman of the well. You got that spirit of the woman that sleep with other man's husband. See, that's what I don't like about you. And I'm like, okay, so let's say this is true and that LaToya and the prophet was sleeping together. You should be more mad at the prophet because the prophet is the prophet and LaToya was somebody new, a baby Christian, if you will, trying to, you know, get some spiritual guidance. He is not innocent in this situation if it is true, Drew. If this situation was true, I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it's false, but I'm saying if we're going by your narrative, he participated, so he is a guilty party as well. And Ken was like, you keep on blaming Drew. The prophet is not innocent. If he wanted to, if she wanted to date the prophet, it's because the prophet wanted to date her too. How about that? She's like, see, y'all just not understanding. Y'all just not understanding. I was like, what is there to understand? You're saying that she slept with the prophet. That means that the prophet participated as well. He is not innocent. She one of those women, your man cheat. You want to go fight the woman. Now, how about she don't know that the woman don't know that he's married, but you want to fight her. Now, if it was a homegirl or cousin, somebody who know that this is your man, then yes, you whop her and her too. Now, I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying I could understand. But you blaming everything on LaToya when the prophet, he sat there and did it too. Like, yo, I was going to get into something, but I was like, we not finna do that. I'm not finna have people come over and go, girl, you ain't a woman of God. We not going to do that. They try to, like, tell her, like, he hasn't been engaged in years. And if she was seeing him, who cares? How does that affect your life? Because if you wanted your baby blessed, your mama, what is she, a pastor? Evangelista? She could have done that. You didn't need the prophet. That's not hurting your family at all. Don't know why I got all whispery quiet right there. But y'all, that was a just. Look at me, 17 minutes. Y'all, that was the just. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you were new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face. Puts up a video. You can click on it. You can like it. You can share it with your people. And you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. And tell your people, tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.